Okay. Well, I don't think I'll make. I'm not gonna make that game, but I'll get everything set up. Well, except for that, remember when we scheduled 2 games and there was that issue with it? So that was why I was just scheduling one at a time. But anyways, they're all ready to go here. I'm sure
Hi there, my name is Kristen O'Hara and I'm the Director of Interpretation at Pajarito Environmental Education Center. We are the nonprofit that runs the Los Alamos Nature Center. Bears are active in Los Alamos during spring, summer, and fall. New Mexico Game and Fish recommend the following 6 bear-wise basics to keep you and our bears safe. Do not feed or approach bears. Whether it's unintentional or intentional, feeding black bear in our community is incentivizing them to come into our residential neighborhoods for food. And we do not want to do that. They are wild animals. They're equipped for finding food themselves. Our people food is not the best thing for them. As far as approaching bears in the wild, it is best to stay away from black bear. If a black bear hasn't seen you and you happen to see one across the street from you, take a moment to have that beautiful experience, but do not approach a black bear. Make sure to secure your garbage cans and recycling. Bears have a very keen sense of smell and can rip open garbage cans very easily, so having them secured with some sort of bungee cord or something to keep the lids down is the best way to keep our bears in our community safe. Remove bird feeders during prime active bear times. Black bears in Los Alamos are active anywhere between the very end of April, May to the middle of November. So during those times, anything we can do to keep our bears safe by not giving them food is better for bears and better for us. So at night, for instance, at the Nature Center, we take down the bird feeders that we have outside and put them back up in the morning. So that is something you can do. But if you do have a bear at your house that has eaten from your feeders, make sure to take your feeders down for a length of time around 2 weeks, so the bear does not acclimatize to coming to your house for food. Do not leave your pet food outside. If you happen to feed your animals outdoors, put your food bowls out there, make sure your animals have your fill, but make sure you bring them in after your animal is done eating. That'll, again, keep the bears safe. Clean and store your grills. That means cleaning your grills thoroughly, removing all fat and food that could have dropped in the base of the grill, and then storing it in an inaccessible place, so a place the bears cannot get to, like a garage or even inside your house, if that's a possibility. I know not everybody has a garage, but just keeping in mind a good place to store a grill that is away from that can be away from bears accessing it. And I guess our last bear safety tip is to tell your neighbors, communicate with your neighbors and your friends about bears that have been spotted in the area, or these safety tips that you've learned here today. The more knowledge we can give to our neighbors and our friends, the better, and it will keep our bear neighbors and our human neighbors as safe as possible. Good luck, toppers, on your season.
Hi, I'm Curtis Christensen, Managing Director of the Los Alamos Program Management Office here at TechSource. TechSource is honored to have the opportunity to support Hilltoppers basketball. We are part of the lab's triad team working towards mission delivery, and we are part of the community right here, living the example that it is team that gets it done. To borrow some of the famous Coach Wooden's words, the main ingredient to winning is team. All the team. The players that listen, push, and focus during practice, the support from the bench, and those 5 on the court. Los Alamos is a special community We count ourselves lucky to be able to have the opportunity to support its people, events, and organizations. Good luck today. Go Toppers.
Join the University of New Mexico Los Alamos for the exceptional education. Join us for the small class sizes. Join us for the quality faculty and staff who are dedicated to your success. Whatever your reason for joining us, start here, go anywhere. Go Hilltoppers.
Well, it's great to see Topper sports season kicking off again. I'm Troy Hughes. I'm the fire chief here in Los Alamos. And we're glad to see COVID kind of waning and people getting back to their normal activities. One of the things that hurt us during this time period was our lack of people. So we need recruits. We need cadets to come to work for Los Alamos Fire Department. It's a great career, very rewarding, good pay, good benefits, great retirement. You get to work out and maintain your Topper strength. So we're hoping that a few good people will come to work for us in the next year, and we hope that the Toppers win, so go Toppers.
Hello, I'm Deputy Chief Oliver Morris of the Los Alamos Police Department, and I just want to take a few moments of your time to talk about some safety initiatives that we want to bring forth to the community as the 2022-2023 school year starts in Los Alamos. School is right around the corner, and we want to remind parents and students to make sure that you leave enough time to get to school on time so we're not rushing. As you can see behind me, all school zones are 15 miles an hour when students are going to school, even if they're not present. So let's slow down and just make sure our students are safe. Secondly, I want to remind us that when the buses are stopped and their stop signs and lights are activated, we want traffic to stop in both directions to allow time for students to cross the street to keep them safe. The other thing I want to talk about is our school campuses. It's important to remember that during school, campuses are closed to the general public, as well as the playgrounds and facilities, while school is in session. This also includes Sullivan Field and the Sullivan Field parking lot. We want to make sure that school is meant for just school hours and school staff. Please check in with the staff regularly if you're going to be planning on visiting our campuses. We have a long history at Los Alamos to have amazing school resource officers. These officers are there to provide an atmosphere of safety and security for our students and faculty, but they're also there to foster positive relationships with students. So we use our school resource officers just to ensure that everything is safe in our schools. The other thing I'd like to direct our community to is on the losalamos.schools.net website. If you click on the safety and wellness section, you will see that there's the See Something, Say Something app. This app is a great tool to report anything that has to do with safety, whether it's bullying or whether it's a suspicious person on campus or anything you think is safety related for our schools. Please use this app to report any suspicious behavior so that we can work in concert with the Los Alamos Public Schools to make sure everyone is safe. And that's the final message that I have for you today. And I just want to make sure that we have a safe and fun school year, and go Toppers.
and for the Pojoaque Valley Elks. The Elks, of course, our next door neighbors, and we've had a good solid rivalry with them for years and years and years, and good solid healthy respectful rivalry. This is a great rivalry that we've had for a long time. Elks coming in tonight with a record of 13 wins, 8 losses. More importantly, they are 1-2 in district play. Toppers coming in with a record of 8-12. They are 2-1. And as Gene was just saying, we've had a couple of buzzer beating contests here at Griffith Gymnasium. Unfortunately for the Hilltopper boys, they came out on the short end of one of those late last week against the Espanola Valley Sun Devils. The Toppers up by 2 with under 10 seconds to play. The Sun Devils hit a buzzer-beating three-pointer to win that one 49-48 and hand Los Alamos its first district loss. The Toppers, if they want to stay competitive, need a victory tonight. With a win, they'll be right back in the hunt. With the loss, things get considerably more difficult. The Toppers are, and really everybody right now chasing the Sun Devils. The suddenly resurgent Sun Devils, who did nothing in the non-district season, are now on top of the district. Toppers need to win tonight, and the Elks need a win as well if they want to have any chance of contending this season. So really a must-win game for both teams. This is going to be a huge contest. And I tell you what, we're all ready. Everybody's really excited. The Elks brought their cheerleaders. They've already been kicked off the floor, as a matter of fact. I'm not quite sure why, but they were kicked off the floor.
Scuffing up the floor with those white tennis
Yeah, it's all marked up now. It's all white all over the place. You can't have that.
No, you can't.
But no, great atmosphere. We're really looking forward to this contest. And after Maury Pongratz gets done with his 45 minutes of public service announcements, we'll get going.
Got to do the PSAs first, and that interesting game that when Espanola came here to play Los Alamos, they were 4-16 on the season. So after they beat Los Alamos, they were 5-16, and 3 of those 5 victories were all district victories. So they all the other games they pre-season or pre-district they only won 2 of them, but they won 3, and so right now they're still sitting at a record of 3-0, and they play Taos tonight. So that should be an interesting contest. We'll see how that shakes out. Taos is 2-1. Espanola is 3-0, and we are 2-1, and Pojoaque is 1-2. Moriarty out of the running right now at 0-4. But we are ready for the national anthem, everybody, and this will be from the band. Will it? I think. Nope. Completes the national anthem. They play the recording, so I think it's time somebody talk to the band director and say, make a point. learn the national anthem.
I was just about to say, we have a full Topper band, a very good high school band here tonight. They elect to go with a generic recording of the national anthem. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but hey, what do I know?
Well, we got the starting lineups here, and we'll get those from Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the Elks tonight, they will start a 6'1 senior at Derek Sanchez, a 5'10 senior, Jeremy Quintana, a 5'11 senior, Tobias Velasquez, DJ Jaramillo, a 5'11 senior, and a freshman, Serafin Mendez. So those are your starters for the Elks tonight. For the Toppers, they are going to go with their regular starters. We got Nico Garcia. He's a 6-foot junior. There'll be also Kyle Evanhus, a sophomore. Ethan Mondragon, a sophomore. Rick Valdez, the lone senior on the squad. And Josiah Fresca is also a sophomore, standing 5'6". So Toppers, like we've been saying, a very, very young bunch, 8 sophomores, a couple of freshmen on the roster this season. So, we've seen them play. We've seen them play this entire season. They have really matured since Thanksgiving. They're looking considerably better than they were.
6'3" freshman Serafin Mendez will jump up against Rick Valdez. Rick kind of jumped the gun literally. So they bring it back, they bring it down, and then that tap is controlled by the Elks, and so the Elks will start things off working against the Hilltoppers, and so they waste by no time by letting the 6'1 senior Derek Chances gets a nice little 15-foot jump shot. That drops in, a rebound shot taken by Los Alamos. Fast break by Espanola. They dribble it out of bounds.
They had numbers as well, but long throw to Tobias Velasquez in the right corner. He could not hang on, and that squirts out of bounds. But the Elks had a chance there.
So they're on Nico Garcia. They know he likes to shoot the three. He penetrates into the lane, puts his shot up, and the rebound is going to be a held ball, so that will go to Los Alamos. We're just underway here. 7:10 to go in the first quarter. 2-0 lead for the Elks as the Hilltoppers bring it on top to Josiah Frescas. Frescas gets the screen from Rick Valdez, puts up the three, and that is an air ball. A fast break once again. So Jason Mossman wants to run, and interestingly enough, Mike, that's the second time down the floor that when they're leading, whoever's leading the fast break loses the ball out of bounds as Derek Sanchez lost it.
Yeah, and both times they've just been clean drops. They're nobody really bothering them that much.
Josiah Fresca brings it. Ethan Mondragon in the corner, 3-point shot. That is off. Rebound down to DJ Armillo, and I believe we're going to have a personal foul. And that's going to go to Kyle Evanhus. That'll be his first. That's the first team foul. And no press being put on by Los Alamos as they wait down the floor in a 1-3-1 zone press. And so the Hilltoppers in that matchup zone are going to bring it over on the right side now. Over there to Tobias Velasquez. Shot is going to be taken and good. And that one drops in on a nice little short jump shot. And once again, it's Derek Sanchez. So he has all the points right now for Pojoaque. And he's gonna shoot. That personal foul went to Rick Valdez, his second team foul. And Derek Sanchez at the free throw line. And no problemo on that one. So he now has all 5 points for Pojoaque. 5-0 ball game, and we have 1 minute gone here in this first quarter. Josiah Frescas across the timeline, gets a screen from Nico Garcia, comes to Ethan Mondragon just to the left of the key, dribbles down to the baseline. He's going to take it down, dishes it off. Kyle Evan, who's 15-footer by Kyle. Nice looking shot by Kyle Evan, who's the sophomore, and he drops it in for two.
Good fake from the wing there by Kyle. Went up with a fake the three-pointer. The Elks bid went right. He went right around him, and a very, very nice jump shot for the first bucket of the ball game for Los Alamos.
And so then Derek Sanchez with another turnover, as this time he travels, and Josiah Frescas heading down the left side of the lane, and he normally would take that shot almost 99% of the time, but decided to dish it off to Kyle Evan, Kyle was expecting him to take the shot. Wasn't ready for the pass. So full court press by Los Alamos right now is still in the backcourt. And across the timeline comes Jeremy Quintana. Quintana is going to try to get it down low. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Hilltoppers. Tobias Velasquez will take the ball from the official baseline right. Having a lot of trouble getting it in. Finally gets it in. There's a two-point shot. This is off. Rebound standing on the three-point line. So this time they get it over to Derek Sanchez, and he cans the three, and he's got all the points. 8-2 ball game. Pojoaque up right now, and it's been all Derek Sanchez. Ball comes to Ethan Mondragon in the corner, and we're going to have a traveling violation called against Los Alamos. 5:03 remain as the clock is stopped to the 8-2 ball game. That's the Pojoaque up on Los Alamos. They'll get it to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez will come across the timeline, and he's going to bring it over to Jeremy Quintana. Now they'll rotate it right wing. So the Hilltoppers still in that 1-3-1. Matsome and wide open underneath that time and that was Serafin Mendez. And Mendez was wide open. He caught the pass, quickly getting over there with Rick Valdez, but Serafin had already gone up. Serafin missed the shot, but he got his own rebound, a 6'3" freshman, and he put it back in for two. So I guess it's Serafin, isn't it? And so it would be he makes it a 10-2 ball game, and Serafin is the only one besides Derek Sanchez who has scored.
Yeah, nice entry pass down low. Mendez just got free right around the baseline, the freshman, and made a nice move. Actually missed his initial shot, but got his own rebound and put it in for the bucket, but just kind of got lost underneath there.
Yeah, totally. Token pressure being put on by Pojoaque as they back across the timeline. Josiah Frescas bounces it over to Rick Valdez. Valdez is going to power to the basket, lays it up. Shot is too short. The outlet pass is just anybody's right now, and it's finally won by Pojoaque as they take it down the floor. Shot is missed by Tobias Velasquez. Pojoaque gets the rebound. Their putback is off. Hilltoppers on the run. Here comes Nico Garcia with a three-point shot. Nice rebound by Rick Valdez, and Rick turns around on the baseline, and a nice little half hook on the baseline from Rick Valdez for two, and makes it 10-4 ball game. 3:50 to go here in the first quarter, and Pojoaque up by 6, and once again wide open on the baseline, and going up with a shot and missing the easy shot. Serafin Mendez. That's the second time he's missed a wide open layup underneath, but he's getting his own rebound again. So this time he's going to go to the free throw line. He's going to shoot two. That personal foul went to Kyle Evan, that's his second. So Ben McBride will come in for Los Alamos, and he will replace. Well, I thought he was going to replace Kyle. He actually is going to replace Rick Valdez. That I don't understand. Okay. 11-4 is the score. Serafin puts in the first one, and he will shoot one more. That makes it 12-4.
Couple of nice free throws there by the freshman.
Very nice. 3:40 to go here in the first quarter. And just walking. And so Josiah Frescas comes across the timeline. Dribble. Boy, a very, very aggressive man-to-man defense right now being put up by the Elks as Nico Garcia takes it down the left side of the lane, puts up a little floater. He's going to be fouled. That personal foul is going to go to Tobias Velasquez. That's his first. That is the first team foul, but that'll put Nico on the free throw line, and he's going to shoot 2. First shot by Nico, nothing but net. He'll shoot one more. That makes it 12-5 right now. Hilltopper's down by 7. Nico can cut this now down. Does that 6-point ball game, 12-6. 3:20 to go here in the first quarter. Tobias Velasquez brings it across the timeline, picks up his dribble, comes to the left side to Jeremy Quintana. Back to Velasquez. Velasquez is going to just drive down, put it up, misses. Chip in goes up off of Pojoaque. That one rolls around, comes out. They should have had that. And it comes Hilltopper and get it up to Josiah Frescas. 3-point shot by Josiah. And that one hits the back of the iron. Comes off. Rebound. Comes down to Serafin Mendez, the freshman. He brings it up to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez will come over onto the right wing. They bounce it inside, and now nice little move, starting to move. Great defense that time. What are they going to call that? Let's see, what are they calling?
No, they're going to call a reach in on one of the Elks. That's going to go to Jeremy Quintana, who lost the ball momentarily. And, you know, the only thing you can do when you lose the ball is to immediately smack the person who took it.
Yeah,
everybody knows that. It's an automatic.
Yeah, got knocked away from him by Josiah Frescas. So Nico Garcia with it right now is going to get it over to Eddie Garch, who has checked in for Los Alamos. Eddie dribbles up into the lane. He was triple teamed, fakes a shot, gets all 3 of them off the floor, and all he has to do is go up and put it in. So 12-8, the Hilltoppers now coming back in this ball game, and almost a steal for Los Alamos as Jeremy Quintana has it, and he'll bring it over to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez on the dribble. He's going to pull up a jumper on the baseline from about 12 feet out. We're going to have a held ball on the rebound, and this one will go to Pojoaque. Minute 53 to go here in the first quarter, 12-8. Hilltoppers down by 4. They're going to bring it all the way out on top now to Jeremy Quintana. Quintana picks up his dribble. He'll get it to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez inside goes to DJ Armillo. Armillo standing in the free throw circle, can't do anything with it. They get it back to him. And then, a super duper scoop passes Jeremy as Josiah Frescas gets it, goes coast to coast, misses the layup, and now coast to coast on the other end. Interestingly enough, is Serafin Mendez, and he misses the layup.
Wow.
The 2 coast-to-coast wide-open layups, Mike.
Yeah, Josiah trying to do his little duck under move there. Just kept it short off the glass. Good run down the court by the Elks. Mendez right there, and boy, he's not going to have a much easier layup than that tonight.
So Eddie Garch once again takes it to the hole, comes in from the left side, and then cuts over toward the left side of the basket and puts it in with his right hand. So Eddie Garch with 4 points in the ball game, and we're now to a 2-point ball game, and now Pojoaque throws it away.
5th turnover of the quarter by the Elks, and they've been bad turnovers. These have not been, they've just been handing the ball back to Los Alamos.
Yeah, they really have. Josiah Frescas comes down against a double team, and Josiah doesn't get away with a walk. As he was trying to pick up the dribble, he couldn't get the handle, and he finally got it, but he'd already taken a couple of steps, flips it over to Kyle Evanhus. Kyle's They fired one up, but so now they're going to Pojoaque on the baseline with 25 seconds to go. Eddie Gartz again. Here comes Eddie down the floor. Eddie puts it up. The shot is too hard off the glass, but Eddie Gartz playing a fantastic ball game. We're going to be held ball. This one's going to go to Los Alamos. So Eddie Gartz taking it to the hole twice. Had that nice little jump shot and then that nice little move to the basket. Then he comes up with the steal.
Nice read there by Gartz. He just stepped in front of the passing lane and was wide open. Unfortunately, couldn't finish the coast-to-coast job, but great instincts there by Gartz to pick up that steal.
So the Hilltoppers with it. Nico Garcia puts up the three-point shot with 4 seconds to go, and then watch out, cheerleaders.
He threw up Elks threw up a baseball pass at the buzzer, except it was about 2 seconds too early for the buzzer.
Yes.
And that one hit off of the grating in the wall. It's about 15 feet off the floor. That's impressive.
Yeah, it really was. Ben McBride's going to try to do the same thing, but I don't think Ben was the one who wanted to have shoot that shot.
No, Ben wanted nothing to do with that. He just happened to be the one to get it, and he threw it up. Not one of the better half-court attempts I've ever seen, but that's all right. 12-10 ball game. Toppers cutting into the Elk lead late. A couple of nice plays by the Toppers. Eddie Gartz giving the Toppers a spark with a couple of buckets and a nice steal there in that first quarter. So the Elks actually led 12-6 at one point, but Toppers have crawled back with a couple of quick buckets. So 12-10 ball game. And Gene, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to ask you earlier. I think Rick Valdez should have been given a 5-yard penalty for being offside on the tip.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah, I mean, Rick jumped before the ref was even all completely in the circle.
He should have been called for a false start.
False start, yeah. I mean, they should have called it, march it back 5 yards. I mean,
they were already standing ready to jump, and Rick went up. The referee was still holding the ball. So it'll be inbounded by Pojoaque at midcourt to start the second quarter. As they lead 12-10, they had a 12-5 lead at one point. And well, actually it was 12-4 at one point. The Toppers were down by 8. Derek Sanchez wants to get things going again. Nico Garcia with the rebound on the missed shot. And a pass up the floor by Josiah, picked off by Mario Barros. Barros gets it to Sanchez, and Derek puts it in for 2. So that's, that's now 2, 4, 6, 10 points for Derek Chavez. So Derek has 10 of the 14, and the other 4 are from Serafin Mendez. That's it. So full court press by Pojoaque right now as the ball got knocked out of bounds. Eddie Gartz gets the inbound. He gets it over now to Nico Garcia. Garcia across the timeline to Josiah. Josiah going to go in, puts up that little left-handed scoop shot of his, too hard off the glass. Derek Sanchez down the floor in a hurry, just lays it in. Wow, all he did was come down the floor and got down the baseline, cut around the Topper defender, and then he just laid it in for 2. He had 12 points in the ballgame.
Finish it off with the George Iceman Gervin finger roll there. Nobody does that anymore. That's like my favorite shot in all of basketball.
So Derek Sanchez picks up the personal on the foul against Nico Garcia. Nico going to the hole, so Nico's going to go back to the free throw line. Has 2 shots, 2 points in the ball game, both from the free throw line. So he's going to shoot 2 once again, and no problem. Very good free throw shooter. That makes it 16-11. in the ball game right now, we have Ben McBride and Zach Morrow, Eddie Gartz, Kyle Evanhoose, and Nico Garcia, who's at the free throw line. Nico misses the second one. Well, I jinxed him. 16-11, and they bring it out to Velasquez. Tobias takes it to the hole, puts the shot up. He came around behind the basket, tried to reverse layup, and this one is a little fight for, and finally goes out of bounds off of Los Alamos. So they will hand the ball now to Mario Barros, and Barros will bring it over into the corner on the left side. Tobias Velasquez acted like he wanted to shoot the three, but he gets it over to Jordan Lopez. Lopez now over to Mario Barros. Barros with a three-point shot high in the air to get to rebound. Boy, great rebound time by Serafin Mendez, but he immediately has the ball just picked out. It immediately has the ball stolen. Ball goes up. Nico Garcia right down the middle of the lane, puts it up, misses, gets his own rebound, puts it up, and then Rick Valdez pulls down the rebound, and Rick is fouled. So Rick will go to the free throw line. And that personal foul is going to go to, and that one's going to go to Mario Barros, I guess. That is his second. That's a 15 foul on Pojoaque. Three have been called on Los Alamos. And at the free throw line right now is Rick Valdez. And Rick with 2 points in the ball game. 16-11 ball game right now. There's 6:20 to go in the first quarter. And so Rick puts that one in. So he scores the basket, and then he gets the 3-point play. So that makes it now 16-12. What did it? 2 free throws? What did I miss?
No, that was right immediately down on the other end. Derek Sanchez with another layup. And then quick as a flash, Toppers back down, and Fresquez hits a jumper from the free throw line. His first point to the ball game, 18-14 in favor of the Elks. 5:43 remaining in this second quarter.
So they try a little alley-oop, and that doesn't work.
If you're going to do an alley-oop, the guy you're throwing to, Gene, really should be taller than like 5'10". It just doesn't work as well.
That would help a lot. Josiah Frescas down the floor, comes across the timeline, is going to take it out on top. And Zach Morrow with the shot. And on the rebound, we're going to have.
I think it hit the support wire.
We've had a lot of those in the last week.
Yeah, we really have. That's been the 4th or 5th. I don't think we had 4 the entire season before the last couple of games. But in any event, the Elks will take a 30-second timeout here. 18-14 ball game here in the second quarter. So, and as you can hear the band, they are fired up. I don't recognize the song, but that's all right. They're playing some good music pregame. You should play a little Journey, a little. I think there was some Hall & Oates in there. Not bad.
Yeah. So right now it's an 18-14 ball game, and no press being put on by Los Alamos as they come out of the timeout, and they bring the ball across. It's Jordan Lopez at the point right now. They bring it over into the corner to Dalian Lopez. Dalian can't do anything with it, so he's going to bring it out to Derek Sanchez. He wants to shoot the three, decides not to. Tobias Velasquez does a great job of moving to the basket and then gets his own rebound. The Hilltopper is getting killed on the boards as Tobias Velasquez gets his own rebound and puts it back in. Zach Morrow will bring it out to Nico Garcia. 4:40 to go here in the first half. Nico on the dribble. He's going to get it to Rick Valdez. And Rick just brings it all the way back out to Josiah 3-point shot by Frescas. And this one is way off, saved back in by Eddie Gartz. Long pass down the floor, picked off by Josiah Frescas. Frescas tried to get it over in the corner to Nico Garcia, who was setting himself up for a three, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Pojoaque. 4:21 to go.
Wow, and a fortunate play there by the Elks. Nico was wide open, right at his favorite spot.
Now he's on the other side, puts up the 3-point shot. This one is off. Rebound will come back down to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez on the dribble pushes Eddie Gartz out of the way. Nothing called. Derek Sanchez 3-point shot. That's good.
Whoa. Deep three-pointer there by Sanchez. That's a second of the ball game.
He's cleaning up.
Yeah, he really is. 23 points. What does he have now? 8, 10, 16 of the 23.
Zach Morrow puts the shot up. That's off Rick Valdez with the rebound. He gets it out to Eddie Gartz. Gartz's three-pointer is partially blocked. Rebound comes down to Nico Garcia. Tries to get it to Tobias Frescas over near the Pojoaque bench and throws it wide. Kyle Evanhus will check in for Eddie Gartz for Los Alamos. He'll join Ethan Mondragon, Nico Garcia, Josiah Frescas, and Rick Valdez. 3:30 to go. 23-14. Hilltoppers down by 9 to the Elks. Derek Sanchez wants to put this one up again, but he gets it over on the baseline. Wide open with a nice little 10-foot jumper is DJ Armillo. And that makes it an 11-point ball game. Josiah Frescas out on top to Nico. 3-point shot by Nico. That's good. Nico Garcia finally connects from 3-point line. That makes it an 8-point ball game, 25-17. 2:57 to go. They get it now. Taking it to the hole this time, Jordan Lopez just kind of floats it up there, and then it hangs around on the rim forever and then falls off. 10-point ball game. 2:42. Josiah Frescas is going to take it in. Gets it over to, we're going to have a traveling violation called against the Hilltoppers. 2:36 remains in the first half. 10-point lead for Pojoaque. And Jordan Lopez will bring it up for the Elks. Going to come down the left side. Wide open underneath. And I mean wide open is Dalian Lopez. Dalian, all he's got to do is just lay it in for two.
That is a third or fourth time the Topper defense has just completely lost track of somebody right underneath the basket.
Josiah Frescas goes into the lane and gets away from his man, makes a spin move back to the right and drops it in for two. That's his 4th point. Makes it 29-19. Comes to, once again, 3-point shot on the way. This is a long rebound. Comes back, right back to Darren Sanchez, and he gets it over in the corner. 3-point shot. Rebound is going to be pulled down by the Elks, and they get it over this time to Dalian Lopez. This time his shot is off. Hilltoppers with the rebound. Nico Garcia brings it up with a minute and a half to go. Josiah Frescas, 3-point shot. This is short. And quickly down the floor comes Tobias Velasquez. And Velasquez is fouled. And I think this might go to Josiah. Let's see who they hang it on, and that's who they do. Josiah Frescas, that's his first. That is the 4th team foul. But at the free throw line, Tobias Velasquez has 2 points in the ball game. This is his first trip to the free throw line. Misses the first.
Boy, oh boy, Gene. Right now, as we have a couple of substitutions for the Elks, the Toppers are getting absolutely hammered on the glass.
Totally.
This is complete one-sided rebound contest. The Elks are just absolutely killing them.
Yes, they are. Makes it 11-point ball game as Tobias puts in the second free throw. Nico Garcia, there's a 3-point shot. This is going to be off. Rebound comes down to Serafin Mendez. Up the floor comes Once again comes Derek Sanchez. Sanchez has a pass underneath, deflected, comes right to Nico Garcia. He gets it to Zaya Frescas. Frescas' three-point shot. This is off. And the rebound is going to be knocked out of bounds. Whoa. Nico Garcia had the ball and lost it out of bounds. And they're going to give it back to the Hilltoppers.
Toppers catch a break there.
50 seconds to go here in the first half. Frescas on the dribble, puts it up, and he'll go to the free throw line. So he took it to the hole, and the personal foul goes to Serafim Mendez. That's his first. That is the 16th foul. A shooting foul, and at the free throw line, will be Josiah Frescas, and he's going to shoot two. So if he wants to stay in the ball game, he has to make the first one and miss the second one. Actually, I don't know what's going on here, but they're going to say it's not a shooting foul.
Oh boy, how was that not a shooting foul?
No, unbelievable. So Eddie does get to come in the ball game.
Doesn't even get a chance to miss the second free throw.
No, he really didn't. Rick Valdez goes up. He shot too hard off the glass. Rebound comes down to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez is just going to slow it up with 30 seconds to go in the half. 11-point lead. And now Pojoaque wants to take the final shot. Down to 20 seconds. So they're just playing catch out near the half-court line. Derek Sanchez gets the screen from Tobias Velasquez. Doesn't take it. And so now he takes it. Sanchez is going to get it over. 3-point shot on the way. This is off. Rebound comes down to the Hilltoppers. And Nico Garcia is going to shoot from half court. Whoa. 30-19 is the score right now after one half of play. Hilltoppers find themselves down by 11. They came up with 9 points in that second quarter. And the Elks came up with 18. Makes it 30-19 after one half of play, and you can hear the band. And they're letting it fly out there now. So anyway, so the Hilltoppers, who were down by 2 at the end of the first quarter, were outscored 18-9 in that second quarter. And the key to this ball game right now, Mike, is exactly what you were referring to. We're getting murdered on the boards.
Yeah, it's not even a contest right now. Everything is going the Elks' way. Offensive, defensive rebounds. And some of those offensive rebounds the Elks have come up with, they haven't even been challenged. I'm not sure what's going on with the Toppers. They're not boxing out. They're not getting under the basket. There is a lot of standing around after the shot. And that's something Benito Maestas is going to have to address here at the halftime break, because it was just absolutely one-sided rebounding contest there in that first half. So on the other end, on the offensive end for Los Alamos, again, they set up for a lot of three-point shots. Have only connected once. That was Nico Garcia there with about 2 minutes left in that second quarter, but just not a whole lot going on. And then we've blown a fair amount of layups as well. Toppers have had plenty of chances in this ball game, but have not been able to connect. They have won the turnover battle decisively in that first quarter. The Elks settled down a little bit in the second quarter, but just other than that, other than the turnover issues the Elks have, this has been entirely the Elks ball game. But I mean, the thing just jumps out at you just watching the rebounding, just how one-sided that has been. The Elks have just been all over the boards, and the Toppers rebounding game has just been non-existent. And we have our cords tied up here a little bit. Let's see.
Hold on a minute.
So we'll see. We'll see if we can figure that out. So very low key cheerleader performance here that the crowd is being entertained with right now. As we get our cords untangled, but first half scoring for Los Alamos.
Cheerleaders or what?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what if they were guests. They're wearing red uniforms, and there's 3 of them. I don't know where they came from.
Yeah,
they're the red. We don't have red uniforms, but we both teams wear green as their primary color. I have absolutely no idea where these cheerleaders are from.
And all the cheerleaders, the Topper cheerleaders and the Pojoaque cheerleaders, all went and sat down on the sideline at half court, and then these 3 cheerleaders performed in front of them. So I don't know, some kind of guess anyway. But anyway, back to the ball game Mike was talking about, and he's exactly correct. They've been pounding the boards and on the offensive boards, the defensive boards, and on the offensive side, as Mike pointed out. I mean, they get the rebound, and then their putback is wide open. They don't even have anybody challenging them for their putbacks. So that's the key to this ball game right now. The too many second shots for Pojoaque, and then too many easy missed shots for Los Alamos. A lot of shots that Los Alamos normally is able to drop, they drop pretty well. The Hilltoppers like to shoot the 3, and we've been unbelievably successful at that tonight. Let's see, what do we have? One 3-pointer, and that's it. Mike, you have the scoring for us?
Sure do. For Los Alamos, Nico Garcia with 6 points. He had the lone 3-pointer in that first half. He also had 3 free throws, but the 3-pointer, his only field goal of that first half. 4 points for Eddie Gartz. Had a nice little spark for Los Alamos coming in the first quarter. Kind of get them out of their first couple of minute funk. Nice couple of buckets for Eddie. Josiah Fresquez finally makes a couple. He missed 3 or 4 layups before connecting. He connected 2 in that second quarter. He has 4 3 points for Rick Valdez and a bucket for Kyle Evanhus. For the Elks, boy, oh boy, their main man just had quite the first half. Derek Sanchez ended up with 17 points in that first half and a couple of threes, and just doing very well. He glides very well. Nice moves to the basket, and he set up for a couple of nice threes as well. Serafin Mendez, the freshman, had 4 points. Those came in the first quarter. 3 points for Tobias Velasquez, and a bucket for Dalian Lopez, a bucket for DJ Jaramillo. But Sanchez, very, very impressive in that first half. The Elks are already out of the locker room, just shooting around right now. And there's Luke Pacheco. We saw him in the JV contest. He's kind of he's their enforcer.
Boy, is he after?
Boy, oh boy, he had a couple of very, very hard fouls. And one of them was on Samuel Farmer, who's on the Topper bench in this varsity game. And boy, that was a slugfest between the 2 of them. I don't know if either one of them will be on the floor at the same time, but they may have to renew their rivalry there. That was very, very physical under the basket between those 2 in the junior varsity game. Elks won the junior varsity game handily, by the way, in case you're wondering. So for the the district situation right now, Gene, both of these teams tied in the number 2 slot. No, I'm sorry. Los Alamos is 2-1 and Pojoaque Valley 1-2. Huge contest. The winner of this one will at least have some momentum going into the second half of district play. Toppers lost that heartbreaker to the Sun Devils on the buzzer beating 3-pointer. Toppers did have some chances to get some separation before that. Were not able to take advantage, and Espanola Valley escaped with the 49-48 victory. The Toppers really could use this ball game tonight to try to keep pace with the Sun Devils. They're going to have to go down there in a couple of weeks, Gene, and try to steal one down in the valley. And that is quite the feat. But Los Alamos may not have another choice. Sun Devils, interestingly, the Sun Devils are playing the Taos Tigers tonight, and that is a huge contest. The Tigers, I would have to say, coming into the district season, I think the Tigers were probably the favorites to take the district.
Yeah, I think so.
But had a head-scratching, just a couple of games. So now Taos and Espanola Valley, should Taos prevail, we're going to have a logjam right there at the top of the district standings. So, things are going to get really, really interesting. Should the Sun Devils pull that off, Gene, they've got a clear path to the district title. And, boy, that's not something anybody saw coming heading into this district season.
Yeah, if Taos wins that ball game, they go to 3-1. Espanola would go to 3-1. And right now, Pojoaque, if they win this ball game, they would be 2-2. But if Los Alamos is able to come back and rally against this ball game, they would go to 3-1. So we'd have 3 teams sitting on the top, all with records of 3 wins and 1 loss. In that first half, Pojoaque came up with 12 field goals. 2 of those were 3-pointers, and they were 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Hilltoppers only had 7 field goals, 1 3-pointer, and they were 4 of 6 from the free throw line. 16 fouls were called on Taos, 4 on Los Alamos. Hilltoppers were down 12-10 at the end of the first quarter. They were outscored 18-9 in the second quarter. They now trail by 11, and the Hilltoppers inbound it to start things off. They get it to Nico Garcia, coming in, cutting down the middle of the lane. Misses a shot, gets his own rebound. His rebound goes up. It's blocked. Rebound comes down to Derek Sanchez. Quickly down the floor they come. Sanchez taking it to the hole, puts it in. So Sanchez coming down, and he dished it off to the lane, to the right, to the left wing. And then they dished it right back to him. He now has 19 points in the ballgame. And they now lead 32-19. Josiah Frescas from way downtown. Rebound to Rick Valdez as he goes back up. He's fouled. So Rick will go to the free throw line, and we're going to have a personal foul. I think they're going to figure it out in a minute. And they're going to say it was DJ Armillo. That's his first. That's the first team foul. And so Rick Valdez will go back to the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 from the line so far. So he puts in the first. Second shot by Rick, and taking a lot of time, and this one is off. Rebound comes down to the Elks, sorry, and they get it up the floor now to Jeremy Quintana, stolen away by Nico Garcia. They've got a 2-on-1, but Nico takes it all the way to the basket himself. And Nico picks up his 8th point of the ball game, makes it a 10-point ball game, 32-22. And the Hilltoppers right now in a zone press. Now they drop back into that matchup zone, 2-3 matchup zone. They started off with a 2-2-1, and got murdered underneath in that 2-2-1. So now they've switched to a 2-3. 32-32. Josiah Frescas wide open. Takes it to the holes. He made a great move right down the right side of the lane at the last second, coming over trying to block the shot that time. And that was DJ Armillo. That's his second. He just got one moments ago. And so Josiah will go to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2, has 4 points in the ball game. I would say he's a good 3-point shooter, a good free throw shooter, but I don't want to jinx him.
No, he's pretty bad. He's not very good.
Like I did before. Okay. That's his 6th point.
Yeah, and a couple of okay free throws.
32-24. Wide open under the basket.
Oh, my
Nobody minding the score way downfield. Way down the floor was Derek Sanchez, so he just kind of snuck down there and hid down there. And Hilltoppers didn't realize he was back there. And here they go again, a long baseball pass down the floor. And they get it to Jeremy Quintana after the steal by Pojoaque, and they now make it 36-24.
Unbelievable. I don't know how you lose track of where Derek Sanchez is.
Yeah, really.
He has been
kind of hiding in the corner.
Yeah, he was. He was. If this was a half court game, he would have been accused of cherry picking.
Yes, he would have. Wide open again, all the way down the floor on the fast break, and nobody picking up Serafin Mendez, the freshman, and he lays it in for 2. It makes it 38-24. We have a full timeout taken by Benito Maestas.
So Derek Sanchez in the previous play, obviously just snuck his way down court. Nobody saw him. On that play, that looked like a pretty standard fast break opportunity by the Elks. Serafin was all by himself. There was nobody within 20 feet of him.
No, Nico Garcia was almost at half court. He was the closest player.
Yeah, and that was it. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe the Elks feel like they just need 4 guys on defense and just keep one guy standing underneath their own basket. But 2 very, very easy buckets, and Toppers are, and we saw this in the first half. The Toppers are just not watching immediately underneath the basket.
No, they're not. These players, the Elk players, are getting wide open in the lane and to one side of the basket or the other. Nobody's back there with them. Full court press now being put on by Pojoaque as the Hilltoppers will inbound it under the Pojoaque basket. Eddie Gartz brings it in, and it's going to get knocked. Eddie bounces it in to Nico Garcia. It gets knocked away from Nico right back to Eddie, who's standing out of bounds. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Can't do that. You got to jump back in as soon as you get the ball in.
And Derek Sanchez gets away with a major walk. They get the ball back to him. 3-point shot. And that's good.
Wow.
24 points right now for Derek Sanchez in this ball game. 41-24. Los Alamos is getting blown out of their own gym. Eddie Garst comes now to Kyle Evan, who's underneath to Rick Valdez. Nice move by Rick. Puts the shot up. His shot is off. And it just rolls around. But a nice move to the basket by the senior. But he just wasn't able to convert. Ethan Mondragon will check out in the ballgame right now. We have Kyle Evanhoose, Eddie Gartz, Rick Valdez, Josiah Frescas, and Nico Garcia. And Hilltoppers Mike still with only 1 3-pointer in this ballgame. And they love to shoot the 3. 41-24, 17-point lead for Pojoaque. Comes over to this time. Now they bring it over to Josiah Salazar. Salazar will get it over into the corner. Tobias Velasquez He's going to take it down, dishes it off at the last second, and wide open with DJ Aramillo. Well, Aramillo can't hang on. Tries to get the ball, bobbled the ball, tried to get it back to Derek Sanchez, and throws it out of bounds. But he was open.
Yeah, he was open again on the low block. He just he got a good pass. He just couldn't. I think he just took his eye off of it, anticipating going to the hole, which he had a clear shot at, but just could not hang on. Toppers catch a break there. They need to do something. They need to put something together offensively. They need to do it now.
Yes, they do. And beautiful move to the basket. I think.
Whoa.
Are they going to call blocking? I think that Derek Valdez went down hard as he made a beautiful move down the baseline on the right side. But they're bringing out the trainer, Mick Valdez.
Rick is hurt.
Mick Valdez.
Rick is hurt. They're looking at him. He's still on the floor.
Yeah,
he went down hard after a collision under the basket.
Mick Matuzak is the trainer. Hey, sorry, Mike.
No problem. So 4:08 here left in the third quarter, and they're checking on Rick, and he is hurt. And boy, he went down hard, and he went down a little awkwardly as well. They're not quite sure what they're looking at him, but that was quite the collision. And yeah, he's still down, and they're not. They don't look like they're in a hurry to try to get him back up either. So that's and Rick is as tough as they come. So
oh yeah.
Sitting up now, he is. It looks like maybe his right knee.
Yeah, right knee or right ankle. He's not putting any weight on it.
No,
they're going to take him to the locker room.
Yeah, they're not. He's going back to the training room. They're not even gonna mess with this. But that was, yeah, he went down hard. I was actually a little worried he may have hit his head on the floor. That does not appear to be the case. Which is,
did they not call a foul or anything?
I think what they called was that Rick stepped on the end line on his way to the basket, and I think that was the right call.
Yeah, so it's so the Elks bring it in. They bring it over to Derek Sanchez. He's going to take it to the hole. He walks. He gets caught. So they catch him. So he tried to make the pass. The pass wasn't there, so he took an extra step. Then he made the pass. 41-24. Long pass down the floor. Comes to Kyle Evanhus. Josiah Frescas. Frescas takes it all the way to the hole. Had a wide open lane to the basket. And Josiah puts it in. He now has 8 points in the ball game. 41-26. They get it underneath. This time to Derek Sanchez. And Sanchez, we're going to have a personal foul go against one of the Hilltoppers, and that one's going to go to Kyle Evanhus. That's his third. That's only the first team foul on Los Alamos, but that's going to put Derek Sanchez on the free throw line. 24 points right now for Derek, and the 6'1" senior drops that one in. Give him 25 points, and he's going to shoot one more. Derek ready, up by 16 at this point. And Derek also drops that one in. 26 points right for Derek Sanchez. And we're going to be timeout taken, a 30-second timeout. And this will be taken by Jason Monsman of Pojoaque. So that's his second 30. So he has 3 fulls left. And the Hilltoppers had 3 timeouts left. I think they have a 30 and they have a 30 and 2 fulls. But anyway, each team has 3 timeouts. Right now it's 43-26, 17-point lead for the Elks in this ball game. And we have 3:37 remaining in the fourth quarter. And after the made free throws by Derek Sanchez. It'll be inbounded by the Hilltoppers under the Pojoaque basket. And a full court press being put on by Pojoaque. Eddie Gartz will bring it in. They bring it into Nico Garcia. Garcia up to Kyle Evanhoose. Evanhoose up to Josiah Frescas, who loses the handle, but he knocks it back to Evanhoose. Eddie Gartz puts up the three, pops around, goes down inside the hoop, and then comes back out. Derek Sanchez working on the Josiah Frescas right now. Skip pass across to Tobias Velasquez. Velasquez loses the handle, stolen away by Josiah Frescas. Frescas goes up, he goes down, and quickly over to help him up. I mean, in a hurry. That time was, and that was Serafin Mendez, the freshman. So good sportsmanship between these two teams, and but the personal foul ended up going to Josiah Salazar. That's his first. And at the free throw line is Josiah Frescas, and he's going to shoot two, puts in the first, and he will shoot one more. And so that makes it 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And right now, he has 10 points in the ball game. 43-28, 15-point lead for Pojoaque. Pojoaque will bring it up to Serafin Mendez. Mendez gives Tobias Velasquez back on top to Serafin. Mendez goes to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez is going to take it in, and at the last second, he dishes it off to Mario Barras, the 5'8" sophomore, and Mario puts it in for his first 2 points of the ball game. That makes it 45-28. 3-point shot from way out there. Nico Garcia. That gives him 11. That's the second 3-pointer of the ball game for Los Alamos. Comes to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez stumbles momentarily. Nothing called. Tobias Velasquez. The shot. 15-footer. Long rebound. Comes down to Josiah Frescas. Frescas goes up. Frescas goes down. Nothing called. Fast break by Pojoaque. They pull up. Now they bring it over into the corner. 3-point shot by Mario Barras. That's off. Eddie Gartz with a rebound for Los Alamos. Eddie's going to take it all the way and lays it in. Eddie Gartz, the sophomore, with 6 points in the ballgame, but a great move to the basket on the fast break.
Nice play there by Gartz.
They bring it to Serafin Mendez, and Nico Garcia gets a hand in there, and then Serafin tries to regain control and drops it out of bounds. It's going to be personal foul. This is going to go to Serafin. And that will be his second.
Serafin Mendez is second, fourth team.
That's the fourth team foul on Pojoaque. It'll be inbounded by Los Alamos under the Pojoaque basket. Nico Garcia up to Ben McBride. Hilltoppers with a 2-on-1 and taking it all the way in this time with Josiah Frescas. He misses, but right there, Ben McBride trailing picks up the 2 points. Makes it 45-35. The Hilltoppers have cut this lead to 10. They were down by, 16, I do believe, at one point. Comes now to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez on the dribble, shooting over Eddie Gartz, puts the 3-pointer up. High in the air, and I mean high in the air. Josiah Frescas picks up his dribble. He's in trouble in the backcourt. Hilltoppers, Eddie Gartz has his pass picked off by Tobias Velasquez. And Velasquez puts it in for 2.
Boy, you cannot pick up your dribble by the timeline. That is the cardinal sin.
Absolutely. He was immediately double teamed. 12-point ball game, 47-35. Tobias. Nico Garcia, 3-point shot. That's off. Serafin Mendez with a rebound. The outlet comes to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez is going to take it down the hole, put it up. Puts the shot up too hard. Ben McBride doing a good job on defense that time for the Hilltoppers. Josiah Frescas will walk it up with 15 seconds to go. And Josiah now directing traffic. It's a clear out. And Josiah's they're going to have a clear out so Josiah can shoot a 3. Okay. All right. That's a play I understand. We're going to send 4 players over to line up on the sideline on the left side of the court, and then have Josiah shoot a 3-pointer from the right side. Anyway, Josiah he ran in to get the rebound, put back, and he is fouled. And so Josiah, and that personal foul will go to Serafin Mendez. And that's going to be his 3rd. That is the 5th team foul. And Josiah, the free line, puts in the 1st and the 2nd.
Subbing in for the Hilltoppers, number 35.
Wow, Josiah 6 for 6 from the foul line in this quarter. He has 8. He has 12 points now.
There, and at the buzzer, at the buzzer, Derek Sanchez cans the 3 at the buzzer.
Wow, he was off balance. He was falling toward the end line. Didn't have a great look and nothing but net. Wow, a quick outlet pass to Sanchez. Boy, I didn't think he had a prayer of that one. And wow, that was just nothing but cord whatsoever. Wow, what a night Derek Sanchez is having. That is 23, 25, 27, 29.
29 points for him.
Unbelievable. And we're just through 3 quarters here. 50 to 37. The Toppers actually cut this within 10 after the 2 free throws by Josiah Fresquez. But then the crazy 3-pointer at the end. Derek Sanchez, boy, when he gets dialed in, he couldn't miss if he wanted to. So what a night he is having. 29 points. Uphill battle here for Los Alamos here in this 4th quarter. Let's see what they want to do. But boy, oh boy, you fight, you get back, you look like you're about to get right back in the game, and then a crazy 3-pointer like that, boy, that one hurts.
Yeah, it really did. It was a 10-point ball game at that point, and Hilltoppers was still in it, but then pass comes inside to Sanchez. Sanchez dishes it underneath. Cutting to the basket was Jeremy Quintana, and Quintana lays it in for his 4th point. Makes it 52 to 37. Fresquez across the timeline. Pulls up, 15-footer. This is off. Derek Sanchez a rebound. Pojoaque on the move. Coming up the floor. Derek starts to pull up. Decides to shoot the 3. This one, rebound is going to come down Mario Barros, and we're going to have Nico. I thought they were going to have Nico Garcia going through over the back, which they should have, but they give it to Mario Barros. That I don't understand.
Barros had his arm kind of out. I think he might have made contact with Nico, but yeah, that could have definitely gone the other way.
Really should. Nico Garcia on the dribble is going to hand it to Josiah. Josiah to the right of the key, dribbles that, backs out. Now he dribbles over the top of the key, loses the handle. Underneath, wide open, Ben McBride. So Ben McBride, wide open for 2. That's a nice pass from Josiah. Makes it a 12-point ball game. 52 to 39. So actually makes it a 13-point ball game. 52 to 39. Comes out on top to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez, 15-footer. That's good. 31 points for Derek. 54 to 39. 15-point lead for Pojoaque. And it's been all Pojoaque this entire ball game. Nico Garcia out to Josiah Fresquez. 15-footer by Josiah. That's short. And it'll be inbounded by Pojoaque, but we're going to have a full timeout taken by Benito Maestas. So the situation anyway, Mike, is that right now is that everybody's off tomorrow for a change.
Yeah, they better get some rest because days off are few and far between this week. So Los Alamos girls coming up on Thursday, and they're going to go down to Hakona and play the Pojoaque Valley Elcats. Boy, oh boy, it's one of those games. Just throw the records out the window. Doesn't even matter. The Elcats. This is a little bit of an off year for them. Those don't happen very often, and they will definitely bounce back in short order. But I tell you what, it will be the highlight of their entire season if they can knock the Hilltopper girls off of their perch. I guarantee it.
Oh, absolutely. Certainly will be. And so the next game would be Thursday night, and that's in Pojoaque. After the timeout by Benito Maestas, they get it to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez is going to take it to the hole once again. Comes down the right side of the lane and pushes one from about 8 feet out off the backboard and in. He now has 33 points in this ball game. He scored more than Los Alamos almost. Ben McBride gets the rebound off the missed shot by Nico Garcia. 3-point shot by Josiah Frescas is off. Rebound comes down to our good buddy Luke Pacheco, who played on the JV. As Mike said, he was the enforcer out there, and he certainly was. Sanchez, great move to the basket. This one is going to be tipped away. Rebound is going to be pulled down by Josiah Salazar. Keeps it from going out of bounds. Yeah, going over the timeline, then turns around, dribbles up to the top of the key, just a freshman, and he puts in the three. Makes it a 20-point ball game, 59-39.
Boy, oh boy.
It's going to go into four corners. We don't want them to score anymore. Whoa.
Uh-oh. The ball is wedged in between the backboard and the rim. Wow. See that? Derek Sanchez came and punched it out. Oh, that was pretty good. We didn't even need the cheerleaders to get that.
Yeah, and that's the same as a held ball. So the Hilltoppers get the alternating possession. Nico Garcia gets it to Ethan Mondragon, out to Josiah Frescas. Frescas is going to underneath to Nico, wide open. And Nico lays it in for his 13th point in the ball game. Makes it 59-41. Derek Sanchez, 3-point shot. This is an air ball. Boy, that's unusual.
Yeah, he had a pretty good look, but he was he's about 3-4 feet beyond the arc. But I think we've seen a couple of interesting shots there by Derek as Nico takes one in for another basket. I think he's got 40 on the brain.
Yeah, he's got. And so Josiah Salazar, who just scored the three-pointer, he decided he wanted to take it all the way to the basket. Does a good job. Ball almost picked off by Ethan Mondragon. Can't get to it. Ball comes right to Derek Sanchez, and then Derek, he just lays it in with his left hand. 35 points right now for Sanchez. Josiah Frescas, great move to the basket, down the left side of the lane. And Josiah lays it in for his 14th point, makes it 61-45. 3:25 to go. And right now, Milwaukee's spreading it out, but they're not interested in going to four corners or anything. So they get it to the ball is loose, and when it comes to Eddie Gartz, his ball just got knocked loose. Bounced up to Eddie Gartz, up to Ethan Mondragon, and Mondragon puts it in for two. His first 2 points of the ball game. But the ball, it was created over by the sideline. It got hit, and then it was just a loose ball bouncing around. Eddie Gartz picked it up, and then they got it down the court to Ethan Mondragon, and Mondragon, the and the sophomore put it in for his first 2 points of the ball game, makes it 61-47.
So the Toppers have cut this down to 14. They were down by 17 at one point. So all hope not lost yet. The Toppers really they still have a long way to go, but they've got a little bit of time. About 3.5 left in this fourth quarter. Toppers have forced a couple of turnovers and were able to cash those in on the other end. But they need to keep up this pressure. If they can get this down 10 points or less with 2 minutes left, they're going to have a shot, but they really got to keep it up. Excuse me, there's 3:05 remaining, but the Toppers can still turn this around if they can keep this pressure up on the Elks and maybe force another turnover or two here in the next minute and a half or so.
The 3:05 remains here in the fourth quarter. They bring it into Luke Pacheco. Pacheco will hand it over right now to Jordan Lopez. Lopez underneath. Gets to Josiah Salazar. Salazar brings it all the way out on top. Almost throws it into the backcourt. And then the ball gets bounced over to Jordan Lopez. And Jordan has an easy run to the basket. Because when that ball got knocked loose, everybody was out of position. And Nico Garcia goes in, forces up a shot coming across the lane, up the floor. It comes to Josiah Salazar, misses an easy layup. Luke Pacheco, the enforcer. and trying you tie it up with Luke, and then Luke got hit in the lip, and he was the one that was initiating all the action.
No, I'm surprised he didn't break his lip open. As a matter of fact, he got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, he really did, but he was the one that initiated all the action. And we saw that in the junior varsity contest too. So Derek Sanchez, I don't know what he's still doing in the ball game, but the ball got knocked away from him, and Kyle Levenhuis picks it up, and it's a held ball, and it goes to the Hilltoppers.
No, they're going to call a foul here. They're
calling a foul.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to go on Sanchez. That is the second.
Derek Sanchez, yes.
Yeah, and other than padding Derek's stats, there's no need for him to be in the ball game. He actually might be going to the bench right now. 1, 2, 3. No, he's not. I'm sorry. He's standing by the bench, but he's still on the floor.
Well, he can't come in. Well, yeah, he can come in if he wanted to. 1-1 by Nico. Nico misses this one. So he's hanging around the bench again. And the full court press by the Hilltoppers. Jordan Lopez, they get it in the corner. 3-point shot. This is going to be off. Rebound comes down to Josiah Frescas. Frescas all over him is Jordan Lopez. And then the ball knocked away from behind by Derek Sanchez. So Sanchez, who's been just lollygagging back there in the backcourt, he just came running up. Josiah thought that he had gotten by the only guy he needed to get by. And Derek Sanchez comes in from behind him, knocks the ball loose. Hilltoppers almost throw it away. They finally get it to Nico Garcia. I mean, Nico puts the shot up. His shot is off. Rebound comes down. Dalian Lopez down the floor gets it to Derek Sanchez. Sanchez takes it down the baseline and lays it in. And I don't know what Derek's still doing in the ball game. He has 37 points.
Like I said, I think he just wants to hit that 4-0. That is the only reason he should not be in the ball game right now. He should have gone to sit down about 2 minutes ago. I think he must be looking for a new career record or something like that. That's but the only semi-logical reason he'd still be in the game.
Really, and at the free throw line is Josiah Frescas for Los Alamos, as that personal foul went to Derek Sanchez, his third, and Josiah is going to put in the first. He's a lot of free throws for Josiah. He puts in the first. He'll shoot one more. He's got 15 points It's a 65-48 ball game. Minute 16 to go, 17. And now he has 16 points.
We're going to have a line change for the Toppers. And, Gene, my dream matchup is now on the floor. Luke Pacheco versus Samuel Carmer. Let's finish this off. We got a minute. They need to finish off their JV excursion.
Yeah, they really do. It's JV against JV right now. And so they bring it out on top to Jordan Lopez. Lopez dribbles to the right wing. And now he's going to try to sing it down the middle. Gets it to Luke Pacheco. And Pacheco puts it in.
We're going to have a 5-second violation before that. That was anticlimactic.
Yes, it certainly was. 50 seconds to go. Comes now. 3-point shot on the way. This one is off by Lan Fraser. Rebound comes down to Samuel Carmer. Oh, Enrique Tafoya got that one. So Enrique comes down with the putback, and he gets 2. 65-51. Pojoaque up. Jordan Lopez on the dribble. He's going to hand it over to Dalian Lopez. 20 seconds to go. And now they get it to Luke Pacheco, and Pojoaque not interested in attacking the basket whatsoever. They're just working it around the outside. Now just holding the ball on his hip is Joaquin Lujan. And he's going to wait till the clock runs down. Now he gives it to the ref. And that will do it. 65-51. The Elks come away with the victory. And so, what does that do here? Let's see. The Elks now go to 2-2 on the season. Hilltoppers go to 2-2. Let's see what happens with the Taos and Espanola tonight. And, of course, Moriarty pretty much out of the running. But we now have, depending on what happened with Pojoaque and Taos tonight, but Pojoaque's worst, Espanola's worst, they could end up 3-1 and tied with Taos 3-1. Los Alamos is now tied with Pojoaque at 2-2 in district play. So, wow. I mean, tonight, this ball game, this was the Derek Sanchez show tonight, I guarantee you. 37 points for Derek Sanchez, and he was just red hot. He had 17 points in the first half, and another 12 in the third quarter, and another 8 in the fourth quarter.
And that's crazy.
Yes, it was.
That's crazy numbers there. Huge night for Derek Sanchez. Toppers just had absolutely no answer for him tonight. And boy, I got to say, this was a huge contest. The Toppers knew that coming in. They needed, maybe needed a little bit too strong of a word. It would have been really nice to have a victory tonight over the Elks, but the Elks got going early. They absolutely controlled 100% the boards in the first half. Got a few turnovers and were able to put in some easy buckets in the second half. Los Alamos just had no answer tonight, and the Elks come away with a solid 14-point victory. Big showing for the Elks. Disappointing showing for the Hilltoppers tonight. And now that puts them in a rather precarious position. Now we still have to wait and see what the Sun Devils do tonight up at Taos.
Yeah, we still have to go to Espanola, and we still have to go to Taos.
Yeah,
I mean, not to Taos, to Pojoaque.
Yeah, we got a couple of tough road games on the back end coming up here. But Toppers really could have used this ball game tonight, but they were out hustled and out muscled. It was as simple as that. the Elks, Elks did everything they needed to. The Toppers just and really never got in sync tonight. Got a couple of nice plays from Josiah. Josiah Frescas, he ended up after a slow start. He ended up coming on. He ended up with 16 points in the ball game. Nico got a couple of nice buckets as well, not nearly enough. Derek Sanchez, and you kind of look at it. A lot of people were involved in the offense. Obviously, Derek was the big, long shadow on the offense tonight. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 Elks actually ended up scoring tonight. Toppers actually didn't do too bad either, distributing the ball. But Derek Sanchez and a few other guys got some buckets when they needed to. Josiah Salazar, the freshman in that third quarter, that he had a back-breaking three-pointer there.
Yes, he did.
And that was kind of all she wrote after that. The Toppers they were trying to battle back. Salazar hit the three-pointer, and they just never recovered.
No, they really didn't. And what really killed us tonight is that Pojoaque completely dominated the boards. We did a little better in the last quarter and a half on the boards, but we had no outside shooting tonight at all. I mean, everything the Hilltoppers were trying to pick up was inside like 15 feet or so, but from the outside, we just couldn't hit anything. I mean, even we'd hardly shot I don't know how many threes we made. We didn't make very many.
I think we just had two, and
two, yes.
And those were both by Nico Garcia. We didn't attempt a ton. Josiah attempted a couple in the first half, but he was just off the mark tonight and decided to do what he does best and attack the basket, and was actually fairly successful doing that tonight. But Toppers needed quite a bit more from a lot of folks tonight. Just didn't get it. But yeah, that first half, just that was one of the most one-sided rebounding affairs I've seen in some time. Yeah. That was all 100% Pojoaque, all over the boards. They had second, third, fourth chance points, and that makes it really, really difficult. The Toppers got dug in a hole, and with a couple of big shots by the Elks, the buzzer-beating three-pointer at the end of the third quarter by Sanchez, and then a big three-pointer by Josiah Salazar in the fourth quarter, and that was too big of a hill to climb.
Yeah, it really was. And so the final score 65-51, and the next game for the boys will be here at Sullivan Field at Griffith Gymnasium on Friday night, when they will take on Moriarty, and then the girls on Thursday night will travel to Pojoaque for a big district game down in Pojoaque, and then on Saturday the Hilltopper boys travel to Moriarty. Or that's the girls. The Hilltopper girls travel to Moriarty, and on Saturday the boys will take on Rio Rancho High School. So it's a busy week for basketball. And so anyway, Mike, that's going to do it for us. And so any last comments?
Well, just impressive showing by the senior Derek Sanchez. He's been a solid player for the Elks for a while, but he has absolutely upped his game, clearly flirting with 40 points tonight. And he was making every shot from every angle tonight. That was he almost won this game all by himself, as a matter of fact, but he got enough help on the back end from the Elks. Toppers better effort in the second half than the first, just not enough, and gonna be a little bit pretty challenging here the second half of this district season for Los Alamos if they want to get back in this race.
So that'll do it. And so the Hilltoppers on the season now, they go to 8-13 overall, 2-2 in district. Pojoaque improves to 14-8, and they also are now 2-2 in district. So that'll do it for us. This is Gene Mortensen for my good buddy Mike Mays, and for John McHale and Nate Limbach and Charlene sitting back in her cushy studio as usual. And so that will do it. We want to thank Carol Clark of the Daily Post for making these broadcasts possible. So have a great tomorrow, everybody. You can make it even better Wednesday. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug your penguin. But the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And night-night, sweetie pie. Well, we just didn't have it tonight, sweetie. And I miss you a lot. Bye-bye, everybody.